You keep.
What is happening, everybody? It's
Hey,
good to see y'all.
y'all.
Welcome into another episode of Smitty Snippets with my sister
Hello, hello.
and
Thanks for
myself.
joining.
Uh, Hopefully, we can make your day a little bit better. Christmas is almost here, so hope you guys are enjoying your, you know, weekend with your family and getting ready for Christmas. For those of you who celebrate it,
Hope y'all got all that shopping done.
yeah,
Cause I don't. Haven't done it all.
yeah. Hope my son is out there watching because you ain't getting nothing. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Santa loves you, and so do I. So, please let us know if our volume is terrible, so we can fix it, we can adjust it. While we wait for everybody to come in, we get started on our slate.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about some shows we really didn't like right now. I guess a lot of people didn't like. We just lost 3 people just now. So hello, one person out there, you special individual, you. Huh?
Just started.
We love you out there. I appreciate the other 3 giving us a chance. And yeah. So again, let us know if our volume is good. And while we wait and give it probably about 3 minutes, we're gonna talk about some other stuff. Like you said you haven't seen The Madness.
I have not. No.
I watched The Madness.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said earlier, it started out really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then
What happened?
that shit, I don't know what happened. First of all, the main actor always looked like he was confused. That was his look the entire series. That's how he walked around with a trench coat on. Got on my nerves. Like, close your mouth, fool. But yeah, I mean, it started out really good, and then it took a nosedive. Like, it just kept building as to who the bad guy was, and I'm just like,
One of those
Jesus.
shows that they just didn't know how to end.
It looked like they were writing it as they went.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we should do this. No,
NBC
stop.
writers.
Put a the end on this thing and call it a day. You guys, this is absolutely ridiculous. So again, welcome in. That was The Madness. Started great. If you want to go watch it, you should. It is worth a watch. You'll notice if you go watch it where I'm talking about. They should probably just ended it.
Is there like a market like spot where you're just like, no. Like you can immediately, like one episode was like, all right, I'm good, and then the next episode it just dies.
So I was watching the episode, and one of the bad guy died. One of the bad guys died, and he went home. And I was like, all right, cool. So this is the end of the episode. I mean, the end of the series. It was not. It was not the end. It was like episode. Would you like to watch episode 8? What the hell else we got to do? He with his family. This has got to be done. This is done.
Like, why?
But it was not done. It was not done. It just kept dragging on. They should have slapped the end on it and got on, but they didn't. All right, so let's start the show.
All right.
What we got first?
Earth Abides.
Earth
Sundays
Abides.
at 9 on MGM Plus or MGM.
Why don't you go ahead and start with this one? Because I feel like we feel differently about this show. I do not feel the same as you.
I like this episode. The one reason why I like it is because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that they're going to get to, and the only reason that I say that is because they didn't draw out their relationship, how they got to know each other, her being pregnant. Like they kind of slid very quickly through the progression of their relationship, her pregnancy, things of that nature. So I liked it. And even though that they kind of went through that fairly quickly, like you still got a good taste of what their relationship, like how they respect one another, how they get along, things of that nature. You didn't like that, or
no? I mean, no. First of all, hello to Melba.
Hey,
Melba says she's thinking about canceling MGM. This show was so damn bad. That is pretty bad. I'm taking my subscription back. That's how bad I don't want to watch this mess no more. I was intrigued the first episode. I was very intrigued the first episode. The casino scene is what kind of drew me in, and I was like, wow, this is pretty powerful. He's all by himself. He had to bury his mother and father. And this lady has talked about how she lost her children and her husband. And I was like, this is really good. I couldn't wait for episode 2. And then episode 2 came.
They're good. They're good. They're good. I feel like they're gonna get to the good stuff. That's why they went through it quickly. That's the pass that I'm giving to them. Because
no, you get no pass. You ain't get no pass. If you
I still need to know why they're parking so damn far from the store. I need that is the one thing that's really bothering me on this show. Everybody's dead. Why are we parking way far out in the middle of the parking lot? Like the car's not gonna get dinged by anybody. Don't worry about it.
I guess, I guess.
Yeah.
Why we growing shit? There's a supermarket right around the corner.
That stuff eventually will go bad.
Not the stuff in cans. Well, all right. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, but it's fine. Live from the bushes. How you doing?
Live from the bushes.
All right, I'll tell you my problem.
Okay,
with this show.
No.
Go ahead.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Go ahead.
Okay, so
go ahead. Because when it's my turn, this show about to get it.
So she's pregnant, and he realizes to some degree that he needs to step up. So, I mean, prior to her announcing her pregnancy, he was already trying to put up solar panels. But now he decides that he needs to go out because she tells him that she needs meat because she's having preeclampsia or something. So he tries to, quote unquote, as he said, step up and be a man, and he ends up killing a cow.
Yeah.
That thing's so he dresses it and then brings it back home or whatever. And then at this point,
no. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going.
After the cow comes home, they start having a rat infestation.
Oh my God.
So the rats pretty much surround the property. They're coming up through the toilet. I think she said that's where she found the first one was in the toilet. So now they're outside of the house and they're trying to tape up the house to prevent the rats from getting in. They accidentally leave Lucky outside, so they have to go outside and save Lucky, and Lucky has been bitten multiple times. They take the tape down, they get Lucky, and Lucky's fine, everybody. And after why don't you discuss the only thing that I didn't like, which I would not be in the room trying to beat off rats with a bat.
What? Not gonna pause, everybody. Keep going.
That's not going to happen. I wouldn't listen. I would have vacated.
First,
how do you beat off rats with a bat? How's that happen?
You're just gonna keep saying it, I guess.
Go ahead.
Okay, so here's my thing, right? First of all, everything they did just dragged on. Everything. When he I understand that the show is trying to show that that they have a hard time, the things that they're doing are not easy, but I don't need to see the whole project. You know what I'm saying?
Time out. Pause. Let's put this in comparison to Walking Dead. They would drag out every relationship for the whole season. They sped this entire relationship and her pregnancy right on through one episode. Thank you very much, MGM.
No, like, I mean, this is what I mean. So, like, in Walking Dead, they would show them walking, right? But if they were walking, they would have like a meaningful conversation. Either you would see two people coming together, or they're trying to come up with an idea, or they're coming up with a plan or something like that, right? They're not just walking. In this show, he's killing a cow, and he just keeps on killing it.
Well, they're showing...
and he keeps cutting it, and then he reads the book, then he starts cutting again. I'm like, Jesus, my God.
The thing with him reading the books and everything is an important part to this, I feel like. But again, they progressed through this relationship very, very quickly because I think they have other things that they need to focus on.
Melba says, I feel bad for the dog. And Fletch says, yes. Is Earth abides better than Last of Us 2? Absolutely not.
I like Last of Us.
No.
I like Last of Us.
No. And then there's just they showed too much, right? They showed them growing food, and then they showed them putting up chicken wire, and then they showed them like being in love, and then they showed them like building stuff, and then him killing a cow. I'm like, what the shit am I watching?
What are they supposed to show them doing? Right now, they feel like they're the only two. What? Okay. What would you have preferred they showed them doing?
Literally anything.
Well, they did. They showed you them doing anything.
So then my favorite part of the entire episode showed up. When them rats showed up, bro, I was like, first of all, when the music changed, it was like, like they made it like it was serious. You know what I'm saying? It was serious. Seriously? Go inside and close the goddamn door.
No.
Go inside and close the door.
They did. They had to get lucky. And then when they got lucky, all the rats got in.
No, they took it too far. That lady taped up the door. These are rats.
They could eat through it, yeah. They could eat through it.
Eat through a wooden door? You think tape gonna stop them?
That's my point. Tape's not going to stop them.
Why did they tape up the bottom of the door?
She was trying to give some kind of barrier.
It didn't make any sense. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, let me just hip you to the game real quick, right?
Oh my gosh.
During the show, they see a rat in the toilet. A rat. It's just a rat. It ain't a super rat.
A singular rat.
It's just a rat, right? And then they go outside and they see there are a ton of rats, like a bunch, but they're all working together. And that's where everything started to go downhill for me. They working as a team. Okay. You got rats working as a team. That's cool. And then they ran inside. They were like, they're coming after the food. Just go inside and close the door.
They smelled the blood.
Matter of fact, you didn't even have to run. Just walk.
Oh my God.
Just walk inside and close the door. Yeah, he said they smelled
the blood.
They smelled the food. This man went and grabbed their only source of protein, right? The cow that he killed.
Burned it.
All he had to do was unhook it from outside and bring it indoors.
No, because then you're inviting them inside. So you left it outside purposefully.
Listen, I don't give a damn how smart these rats are, okay? Can you get through a door? Not without breaking it down. Okay.
Rats. Okay. If they can chew through metal, which they've been known to do in New York City, they can chew through a wooden door.
Oh my God.
Thank you very much.
Dude, this man took whatever meat he had and threw it away. He went outside, threw it in the trash can. Went outside, threw it in the trash can, and she grabbed a rifle with I think it was like a
He shot him at first with the rifle,
22 or something, and then like that with a scope.
Couldn't keep doing that, so
and she's scoping rats that are 2 feet in front of her. That's all you gotta do is that right there. Why are we shooting them? Just do that. I don't understand why we doing all this other stuff. Just step on them. She's sitting up here with this rifle, just shooting them. He's looking through the scope and everything. Just shoot.
He shot him in the house with the rifle. That hurt.
Him too. He wasn't no better. And they were scared, like they were running from a human being. It made no earthly sense.
If they were eating a dog, they're going to eat you.
They bit the dog, and the dog was outside with all of them. They just bit him. That's it. And then he came inside.
I feel like you don't. I feel like you don't know the true terror of what rats can.
I feel like they took that too far. They were just rats.
Well, I feel like the whole purpose of it is because now the food sources that the rats would have usually have had are now all gone because there's no population with their trash or whatever like that. So now they all were like, hey, there's the smell of that dead cow with the blood or whatever. Let's go get it.
Let's see.
No? Okay.
Live from the Bushes says, I think the show shows one knows just how hard it is to survive.
Exactly.
Like that in the grocery stores, etc. Yeah, I agree. I know that's what they were going for. They were trying to show, that how unapologetically hard it is to survive. Even though we don't think of it that way, it's hard to survive. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I understand what they were trying to do. It's just, some stuff, like when she had the baby turned, and
Oh, the
he had to
breach.
yeah, he had
Right.
to reach in. And I just I'm like, come on, man. Like I don't want to see all this.
You didn't.
But it just, I don't know. It that just kind of did it for me. And they, at the end of the episode, they just showed, I guess, or inferred that there will be another visitor.
Well, because she spray painted the address on the wall, indicating that there were like, why would we do that?
I'm just gonna put a question to you, right? I'm just gonna put the question to you. If you, right, that you are not the only person alive anymore,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know who's out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there shouldn't be anybody who wants to come and steal your stuff because there's plenty of stuff out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, are you leaving notes telling them where you live at? Over here. Are you doing that?
No.
Would you do that?
Not with human nature being the way that it is.
Like, if I see you, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But just to leave ginormous notes all over the city, like, we're right here. We got food and everything. Especially with a newborn.
But remember, she kept saying throughout the episode that she missed the noise. She missed community. So that's what she, I think, is trying to get back. If there are other people, like, I agree, I would not have done it. And keep in mind, I don't believe she consulted with Ish on this, but I think that's what she's hoping to get out of this, is people who are like-minded with the two of them, which isn't going to happen. I don't feel like.
Dennis Wright says this show sounds depressing. You damn right, Dennis.
So far,
it is depressing. Now, I don't want to turn anybody off to the show, right? Because the first episode was good. It's just this episode, it's not.
It's a setup episode. It's the second episode.
It just wasn't an episode that I could get into.
It's the second episode of the series.
Yeah. It was more about the relationship between the two people and them trying to figure each other out and how they were going to survive together with their own limited resources and the knowledge that they possess, with, and him trying to go to the library and trying to figure out how to survive that way. So in that way, it was intriguing. I just thought, and you didn't have to go the full mile. Like, you could just show it and then go to something else. Like, oh, it's like a montage.
So wait. You had a problem with this episode where they severely redacted the amount of time for you to get the full bearing on them building the relationship, versus the first episode where he was in bed for 3 weeks and they dragged that scene out for like 15 minutes.
Vanessa Wicked, how you doing? Good to see you.
Hello.
Glad you're here. If you're just coming in, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Helps out the channel.
Thank you very much.
And maybe one day we could get paid, maybe by YouTube. So please give us a like.
We're working on it,
so it helps our algorithm. And maybe we can do this one day for a job.
I'm saying.
Anyway, go ahead.
I was done. That was my question. So you didn't have a problem with how long it took them to show him after he got bit by the snake, just laying in bed, looking up water off the floor or whatever, his swollen hand, and recouping from that, versus the one episode that they showed an entire relationship and the birth of a child in?
Well, that's different. No, it's different because the snake biting him wasn't just about the snake biting him. It also went to the time that passed by, so that the 3 weeks, the pandemic, could do its thing, right? There's no reason for you to show me him pulling more innards and more things out of this cow.
He is showing you the difficulty that he had because he specifically said that he'd never killed anything, and she did. I just feel like we're just going to disagree on this one, because I didn't mind it. I liked it. I thought it was a good episode. I really feel like it was a good setup episode, and the book thing is going to come in, I think, to a point later on in the series.
Dennis Wright says, I hope there was social distancing.
No.
Everyone died in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So I don't think so.
No.
Dennis, nobody was using any 3Ms.
No, nope.
Nobody was doing that.
Nobody was giving me my 6 on that.
So, I mean, that's my take on it. The rat thing threw me off, and I was just sitting there like, what?
Yeah, I didn't particularly care for that, but yes, I would.
You would run
from a rat?
Run?
Absolutely. Have you not heard of the Black Plague? What are we missing here?
Black Plague? What century are you from? Are you okay?
Rats are terrible. No, we're not doing rats. We're not. No,
Life on the Bushes says, Life on the Bushes says, has anyone read the book?
I saw that it was from a book. However, I have not read it. So
I only just recently found out that it was a book, so I may get that and check it out. Well, it depends on how this show goes. If the show turns out to be like, if it gets better, and it could very well get better. I don't want to poo-poo the show because it's decent. It just needs
2 episodes in.
You know, let's give me.
You're gonna have your conflict in episode 3.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I need opposition. I need for them to struggle doing something. Like someone to take something from them or something along those lines.
But we don't want to repeat a Walking Dead because that's all that was.
No, I don't need them to fight zombies, but I need them
to
have...
No. I'm just saying where every season you had like the next crew that was like quote unquote the bad guy or whatever, and then they were just fighting them for the whole season, and then so.
Well, all right. So someone's showing up, so I guess they may fight somebody, so that's fine. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's where I'm at with the show. What you got?
I liked it. We're just going to agree to disagree. I liked it.
Give it a watch if you like Armageddon type stuff, and let us know what you think in the comment section. All right. What's next?
All right, everybody. We are on Landman, also Sundays on MGM. No, I'm sorry, Paramount.
Yeah. How many people have seen Landman? Like, have all of you seen it? That's also on MGM. And I was not going to watch that. Were you?
Yes.
You were always going to watch it?
I love Billy Bob Thornton.
So I like Billy Bob Thornton too. Yeah. I think that's what made me eventually watch it. But I had no, like the second I saw it was like oil fields and stuff. I was like, I don't give a shit. Like I don't care about oil fields. I don't care. But I watched the first episode and then I watched the second and the third, and it started to like bring you in. All right, so if you have not seen it, it's just like what's the show with them at the ranch?
I don't know.
It's
Yellowstone.
It's just like Yellowstone.
Yeah, except with oil. Yeah.
It's the same.
So you have the same attitude, like the same kind of big big personalities in it, and you have with Billy Bob Thornton, you would liken him to Kevin Costner with his role, and then you have the people that are like the excuse me, outside wannabe agitators or whatever, and then the other people that try and keep things even keel or what have you. So it does have a very similar vibe to that, but I do like the show. We're going to talk about episode 5, which was the most recent one excuse me, that came out. Would you like to begin?
Yeah. If you are looking for a really good show, this is it. If you are looking for something that is really, really good, this is it. I'm telling you right now, you need to go watch this. The story takes place in Texas, and he's Billy Bob is a landman, which is the person who sets everything up. Like their life is in danger constantly, right? They have to run and check every oil field, and they have to talk to their boss constantly all day, and they have to try to keep the cartels and everything. This is real life. This is what they do in real life. Like they have to keep the cartels at bay. And
episode 1, he made the deal with the cartel with the easement. So
yeah,
they do have right now a deal with them, but they keep stealing planes and stuff. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
So in that way, it's really good. But I don't know if Billy Bob Thornton had a insight into this show, because I'm telling you right now, every other word is the F word. What? Every other word, and I'm like, damn. Like, there's no way I could watch this with anybody.
It sounds authentic though. Like it comes across Billy Bob Thornton. It really comes across authentic. His character name in the show is Tommy, and the boss guy that you were talking about, the individual that he reports to, his name is Monty. But yeah, it comes across because it doesn't feel from him like it sounds like he says it in his everyday life. So
Yeah,
I
like you
mean,
can tell that it's he had a lot to do with this show. He's somebody who lost everything, who risked it all and lost everything, and now he's doing this to support himself. And he has a son who's looking for jobs, so he's trying to get him involved. His son wants to work there. He doesn't want him to work there, and they show you all the dangers, all the bad things that can
oh
happen to you
goodness,
on these rigs, like smashed hands, smashed bodies, uh,
blown up.
yeah, burned to death, electrocuted. Like, there's literally just a menagerie of things that can just happen to you while you're just there for no
Yeah.
reason at all. All you have to do is not pay attention one time. You're done. It's a wrap.
I think that's also kind of how it's very similar to Yellowstone, because if you do watch Yellowstone, they would have like random scenes or wherever where they would have true cowboys doing cowboy things, the horse wrangling and stuff like that. And I think there was a scene um in this where they showed like real oil rig people doing the oil
Yeah.
well jobs or whatever.
Yeah, I'm
So it
pretty
comes
certain they're
across
real
very,
people.
yeah, so it comes across like they're giving the respect excuse me, to that particular industry that they're trying to portray, and showing how they actually, do the job. So, just shout out there.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. If you are easily offended, and you have a
With
problem
what, verbiage or
with like curse
just
words
visuals?
or the naked
Oh
body,
my goodness.
or
We ain't even there yet. I can't
just
even.
very, very
Suggestive?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, talk about everything,
Everything.
anything you can think of.
Yes.
Don't watch it. Okay, if you got a problem with that, if you're gonna be
All adults.
if you're
I
gonna
don't
be
think that
that
y'all.
person,
I
like,
don't.
you're gonna
Don't
be
clutch
that
your pearls,
person,
y'all.
don't watch it. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. But it is a fantastic show. Uh Simone0988, how you doing? Simone, definitely watch that.
Yes.
Definitely watch that.
Yes.
Um
So
yeah.
he has a daughter by the name of Ainsley, and his ex-wife by the name of Angela, and his son's name is Cooper. And then he right now Tommy lives with two other gentlemen, two other two other gentlemen. One is an attorney that also works with him and his boss, and then another gentleman that works in the field with him. Dale, I think is his name.
Yeah, Dale.
Um so they go through, and just to back up a little bit, like he said, the son wants to work in the industry. Dad really doesn't want him to, but I mean, he's an adult, really nothing that he could do. So he helps him, he gets a job. There were individuals on his very first day that were killed. So other people that work in the industry who were friends and or family of these individuals are very upset with his son Cooper and have been beating him up every episode since. um so now we're fast forwarding. His ex-wife Angela is now using her current husband's credit card to she wants to get back with Tommy, and Tommy is not in disagreement with it. But she uses her current husband's credit card to furnish the house. um their daughter Ainsley is there, and these two women cannot find enough clothing between the two of them to cover one body.
Every episode in their drawers. Every episode in their drawers.
Are naked all the time. And let me tell you something. If my daughter walked out the house when there were two unknown grown men coming to the house and they were workers or whatever, and she walked out half naked like that little girl did, I'd have snatched her by her little neck and dragged her back in the house. Who do you think you are?
Dennis said shameful. That's what I was thinking too, Dennis. Damn shame.
Shameful.
So I'm gonna go into this episode. So how did this episode start? Well, they I know how it ended, or the last episode ended, but anyway, so his son.
Well, it started with him in the field. He was telling the boss that they needed to redo the 17
right
sites.
So his son, Billy Bob Thornton's character has a son. His son was there when these three roughnecks, they were family. Then it was like brothers, nephews, and cousins. They were trying to do something, right? They were hitting metal against metal, and there was gas nearby, and they had what was called a blowout, and that's where the gas ignites, and they all died instantly, right? But he was the only one to survive. So he wanted to go back on another team, and his father was like, "Listen, they're gonna blame you for this, so I would not suggest it." But he wanted to go back, like he was willing to go back. So I kind of admired that about his character, but he wanted to show that he was sorry, even though he was threatened by relatives not to show up
multiple times.
Yeah, they try to fight him, try to kill him, and he was just like, "Listen, I'm
but
sorry."
He laid that one little boy out. He gave him the one guy stepped to him, and he laid him out pretty good.
Yeah. He handled his business. So, I think his wife shows up, and she's not a good person. Like, as a matter of fact, she's the worst.
You talking about Tommy's wife?
Yeah, she's the worst kind of person, right? But and then there's a lawyer in this, so there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to this series. It is definitely worth your time, though, because I can't even explain to you how good it is, and I know some of you hadn't seen it, and but yeah, just go watch that. Melba says, was she wearing pants?
No,
barely.
No, they were doing Pilates or something in the living room, and the attorney kept trying to not see their butts in his face. They are not listen, when I say they are hardly dressed, they are hardly dressed. Like, you see a lot of skin. Just real quick to go over what happened more specifically in this episode. Cooper received a phone call from one of the guys that were killed in the blowout. He received a call from the widow, and he goes to the house because her question is, she's trying to figure out how to pay the bills, like what money they have to pay the bills, because she's not able to figure it out. I guess that just wasn't her thing when her husband was alive, or maybe she's too distraught. I have no idea. But he goes over, he assists her with that, and while she's doing something else with the little baby that she has with her deceased husband, he goes out, he cuts the lawn, and while he's cutting,
I'll tell you in a second. Keep going. I'll tell you. I'll tell you in a second. Just
while he's cutting the grass, one of the guys that he had a run-in with already, that was friends or were a cousin or something like that, one of these gentlemen that were killed, approaches him with a gun because now he sees him, and he's like, "Didn't I already tell you to stay away from her? Don't come back," or whatever like that. And she comes out and she kind of defends herself more than her actually defending Cooper, basically saying, "You guys are supposed to be his friends, his family. He's doing more for me than you have done for me since his death." But go ahead, because I have a question with all of the turmoil that was being caused out front. Nobody called. I don't understand how nobody calls the police, because there's a lot of yelling, but it looked like a very quiet neighborhood. That was my question.
So, I mean, I understand again what they were going for in this episode, but Cooper went by the three gentlemen's parents' a house to show or to give his respects, and he brought flowers and everything. And he goes in there, and the mother's like, "You need to eat. You're skinny." And while he's doing that, one of the wives,
the widow
of one of the men who were killed, she was like, "Please don't go." And then he sat down, and she put her head on his shoulder, and I was like, "What? Hold up, man."
She's sad, and
she didn't even know
they
him.
made somewhat of a no, because remember, she said that her husband talked about him, because she said, "You're exactly like how he described." And they kind of made a bond over the hot food that he couldn't.
I'm gonna put it to y'all, America. Okay, I'm gonna ask you. if you're
it wasn't like that. It was just she needed a friend.
Whatever. If heaven forbid, if something was to happen to you, right? The very next, was it the next day?
No, it wasn't the next
was
day
like 2
because I
days.
think it was the week.
2 days later.
Oh my God.
Right. You just meeting she just meeting this person. She comes in and she puts her head on his shoulder and she's like, please don't leave. And then she calls him, can you come by and see me? Yo, what are you doing? What type of mess is this? Now they try to make it look like he's helping her with the bills and stuff, but you got family for that. You got family to help with bills.
But she addressed that because she said all of them are trying to tell me what to do, and you're the only person that hasn't told me what I need to do for myself.
She is.
You didn't like that answer?
She is trying to smash. Okay, let's just get to
she does kiss him, but out of spite.
Whatever. I don't really want to do this, but I'm doing this for you. Get out of here. No, she. Yeah. And then so the cousin of one of the deceased finds out that, or he sees the woman put her head on Coop's shoulder, and he sticks a knife in his side the next morning. He says, if you touch my sister-in-law ever again, I'll kill you. And basically he was like, all right, I won't, and then they had this long job, and when the job was finished, she called him. Like, he's sitting on the truck bed,
and he got up and walked away to answer the call
with the guy who just threatened him earlier that morning. She called him and goes, can you come see me? And he's like, yeah, I'll be over in a little while. What are you doing, Cooper? The answer's no. The answer's no. Lady, I don't know you. I'm not coming to see you. Do you know what happened this morning?
Excuse me. You just said it. He has guilt for what happened to the people that was on his crew on the first day.
No. Your brother-in-law almost tried to stick one between my ribs. I'm not coming to see you. As a matter of fact, I'm about to tell him right now, hey, yeah, she's on the phone right now. She wants me to come see her. I told her no. I don't know. Guys, I don't understand that part. I don't know why Cooper would go through that. Like, they threatened his life. As a matter of fact, for those of you who have seen it, I would like to know from you,
is he dead or alive?
If he's dead.
I think he's alive.
And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about,
that last scene,
he went by her house and cut her grass and helped her with her bills and all this other stuff. And the gentleman I was just telling you about, who stuck the knife in his ribs,
was driving down the street, y'all, minding his own business, but couldn't mind his own business.
And he got out of the car, ran up on him, and tried to fight him, and told him, I thought I told you not to be here. And then the woman comes outside, and she runs him off. And you could tell, like, you should quit. Like, I would not go back home, at least not without a piece or something like that. You're just gonna walk home like everything is okay? It's not okay.
Well,
it's not okay.
I guess he felt like he whooped him one time, he could do it again. But this time it was more than just him.
Cooper was skinny. Cooper's very, bony. Very, very skinny. But he was a wrestler at Texas Tech. He went to college. But yeah, they caught up to Coop.
Meanwhile, keep in mind, when we say they, it was like 3 or 4 individuals that bum rushed his what was it, a trailer or something that he's in?
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, you enjoy the content. It helps out the channel. So when Coop got home after cutting all that grass,
he got home after dinner. Because remember, he sat down and was eating all dirty. He wanted.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he went to his parents' house. So they whooped Cooper's ass. They whooped Cooper's whole.
They gave him a tune-up, y'all.
Ass in his room. Left him there, laying on the floor, just all bloodied and stupid, right? And the next morning, they get ready to go out. It's like this whole thing. Like, no one's in a house. They're all in like these small huts, right? They're all connected, and they all come outside in the morning, and they all get in these pickup trucks. The pickup trucks take off and go to their first job. So he doesn't come out, and when he doesn't come out, the 2 guys who beat the shit out of him, they get in the pickup truck and the boss is like, "Hey, where's he at?" And they're like, "We don't know. He probably overslept. Just leave him." And when the show ends, they show the door is cracked, and all you see is like his legs, like he's still out. And they beat him the night before, and he's still out the next morning. So I don't know if he's dead. I don't know if any of you've seen the show. I would like, some feedback. If you have seen the show at all, let me know what you think. Is he dead? Is he alive?
I think he's alive. You think he's dead?
Nah, I don't think he's dead. I don't think they would do that. Like, not this early. They wouldn't do that.
Okay. Let's really quick. I have to, because the guy that was standing on top of the.
Yeah, I was about to go. You go ahead. You go ahead and talk about this. You go ahead and talk about that. This is one of those gross things.
Dumb. But it's dumb because I was
better.
watching it with my husband, and my husband used to deliver steel, similar to the steel that was delivered in this particular episode. What happened was they needed more steel for the oil drill rig or whatever. And this guy on the site was very upset because the steel was delivered in 6, 8, and 10-inch diameter pipes, but it was all mixed in. So he's mad because now him and his team have to go through it and sort it out individually and make their own separate piles. So he gets so angry that he climbs on top of all of these pipes. Now they're no longer strapped down to the bed of the truck. And he slams his foot. First of all, you ain't climbing up there because that's not safe. But then he gets so angry that he slams his foot, and the whole pile just starts to cascade down, and they fall on top of him.
Talking about thousands
of
pounds of those the pipe that forget what those things are called, but that's the pipe that they stick in the ground. And there are like, I don't know, probably 50 to 75 of these things on the back of this truck. And as they start to roll off the truck, he starts to roll with them. And you can see the fear in his eyes. And then they show him
underneath.
Son.
And so basically, he got crushed. His chest got crushed. He got crushed to death.
They showed him. He's trapped under these pipes, and he wants, like, he knows he's done. He knows he's done.
Right.
And he
wants to call his wife.
He wants to call his wife and tell her that he loves her and all this other stuff, but there ain't enough time, right? So they literally show him, like, the bars are like this, right? And he's stuck in between them. There ain't no room for a body, but he in there, and he is barely talking. And they talking about trying to, what should we do? Should we get a doctor? What? No, ain't no doctor. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's a very graphic. It's a very graphic show. Very, very graphic show. I've actually, well,
what's that?
I've actually seen that in person.
Somebody get crushed?
Yeah, but I think that's a little bit too graphic for YouTube. So I ain't gonna tell that. Okay. I ain't gonna tell that story.
Yeah, no, don't tell that story.
So, but yeah, it's a very good show. A very good show. I don't know if Coop is dead or not. I need your comments in the comment section. Yeah. So Melba says OSHA. So there's a scene, I think, in the previous episode that they talked about, and it really like hit home for me, because there's a lot of people out there that say they want to go green, and they want clean energy for their children. So they want the wind turbines and all of these other things. And then Billy Bob Thornton's character breaks it down. He said, "Do you know how much oil those wind turbines use?" He said it's ridiculous. He said, "You know how much diesel it takes to get all those pieces out here and set them up?"
That was the conversation that he was having with the female attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, no. He said everybody wants to go green right now. He said everybody wants to go green right now. He said if you figured out a way to make everything electric today, it would take 30 years 30 years
To
for them to set
offset.
up the ability to be able to get the power to the cities. He said there's no way to do it. He said the issue that you have is that you already have an infrastructure that's based around petroleum. He said it's in everything that you use. It's in baby clothes, hair products, lip gloss, your car, your tires. He said it's in everything. He said, so if that runs out, he said, we're screwed. And she said, it's the thing that's killing us. He said, the only thing that's going to kill you is if, he said, it's going to run out. And when it runs out and we don't have an alternative, he said, it's lights out. He said, it's done. It's over with.
They had a similar scene to that this week when Monty was at the I don't know, he was at some kind of meeting of the minds or something, and he made a similar argument, not as long and or thought out as the one that he had out in the field with that attorney, but it was very similar.
I was taken aback by that conversation. I didn't even
Neither
think
did I
about that.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I think that's why they put it in there because the conversation that Monty had this week was that everybody wants same thing. Everybody wants to go green today, but basically, like you said, petroleum is in everything, so it's impossible to go. It's impossible. Now, I have my own thoughts on it, but this isn't a political show. But basically, that's what they're um saying on this particular show. But again, I didn't think of that either with that particular dialogue that they had on that scene.
Melba says she's in the construction industry.
Oh, hey now.
Proud of you, man. That's
So you know that scene with
That's what's
the
up.
pipes was absolutely
I
ridiculous.
don't know if she watched it.
Well, the
know
way
if she
that we
watched it.
described it, she knows what 6, 8, and 10-inch pipes look like.
Anyway, the point of me telling you this, the whole point of me telling you this was that she said there's always training. I believe it. I 100% believe it. The whole point of me telling you this was that they were basically saying that nobody follows the rules that OSHA sets for them. Nobody is in compliance whatsoever. They use illegals to work because a lot of them have or just people from prison or people who are down on their luck or don't have the ability to scrape out a good living for themselves because of who they are or what they've done in their life or they've been arrested or what have you. And they can't. They have the ability to make, I think it's like 180,000 a year just doing this, but it's very dangerous. So, but none of the people are allowed or should be working. They're not receiving some of the pay that they're supposed to get. A lot of the equipment is substandard. A lot of the parts, none of the stuff has been
which is part of the reason why he's got this other attorney there since the first episode, is because the equipment was well, first of all, he's got this he made this deal in the first episode with the cartel, and then somehow a plane landed on the roadway that they had the agreement for the easement on, and it crashed into a truck and blew everything up, which is part of the reason why they have a secondary attorney there. So she was making like,
yeah. So now they owe the cartel like 30 million in drugs.
$30 million, and so now the cartel made another appearance in this last episode, basically saying, "Watch back." So
I'm gonna tell you, like, this show opened my eyes to a lot of stuff, right?
Such as,
because in my brain, you think to yourself, like, I want the world to be better for my child. I want it to be better than the way I left it. But you just think of it like a light switch. Like, I just want you to change it, but you're not thinking about all the ins and outs or the difficulty,
downstream impacts of everything.
Yeah, the difficulty it would take to do something like that, what it would cost, and what it would impact should that happen. So I will admit that I was very
naive to all that.
I was very naive.
So was I. When
it came to stuff like that, I didn't think about it in that fashion.
The bigger picture.
Yeah.
Neither
Plus
did I.
all the people who would be out of work because that's all they know, sort of like the coal miners and stuff like that. But anyway, that's beside the point. you definitely need to watch it, Melba. It's a solid show. Dennis Wright says oil industry is huge dollars. Figures they cheap out on maintenance and equipment. Listen, that is the case for everything.
Yeah.
Everything that they do in life. Healthcare.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say anything about it. But healthcare. I'm sorry, it came out again. I meant to say
better say
something else. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway, if you have a business, if you pay attention, like if you're not living under a rock, you notice that if there's any
big industry,
any big business,
right,
they don't play fair. They don't care about how much money you have in your pocket, and they're going to cut costs and cut corners at any chance they get to, to put more money in their pocket. That's just the way things are, man. Capitalism, son. Capitalism.
All right, guys. We're gonna slide on into Silo.
Slide on into Silo.
Slide on into Silo. You want to start?
No, I started with the last one. I'm gonna sip this drink right here, and you go ahead and talk.
This episode, guys, fam, this episode I liked. You had Juliet getting with Solo, trying to figure out how she could build a underwater breathing machine. Solo kind of loses his mind a few times in this particular episode. Keep in mind, would you have trusted him to keep pumping?
No. Absolutely not. He was already manic.
So she was able to get he started playing the organ for her, and was basically like, hey, there's pipes in here that you could, that was his way of trying to tell her that there was pipes that she could use to be able to help her breathe underwater. But while she's building this entrapment to go underwater, he starts flipping out because he's thinking that his vault that he left it unlocked. So now he's trying to go back. And then she says, no, you locked it. I watched you locked it. By the way, now I'm going to go underwater. You stand here and keep pressing this foot pedal to keep giving me air. There's no way.
No. The second he started flipping out, like, I need to go back. I'd have been like, no, we need to come up with another plan.
No way.
I'm not going underwater with you acting like that. Listen, the door's locked. The door's locked. I'm not doing that. This show, Melba says the show has a great cast. This show does have a fantastic casting. Yeah. I think Juliet Nichols is a little bit too trusting.
Yeah,
she's a lot too trusting.
Yes.
For those of you who have not seen the episode, she has to get to a certain side of the silo. Now it didn't look like she had to go too far. It looked like she could have held her breath and did it, but she can't swim. Right. So yeah, I get it. Yeah. She's found this gentleman who was trapped behind a door. He's been there for quite some time. I think 20 years plus. Yeah. Has been in one room.
Well, I think
in a deserted silo with no one to talk to. And when Juliet shows up, he thinks that he's seeing things, but he's been in this room so long that he can't fathom being somewhere else. So every time he's out, he's doing his best to help her. Mm-hmm. But he needs to get back to the room. That's where he feels comfortable. Mm-hmm. But she needs him to step on this air machine and keep air pumping through this pipe so she can breathe while she's underwater. Right. But once he started tripping, mm-hmm. I'd have been like, no, we need a plan B, because he can't do it. Like, there's no way I would trust him. Like, I think I would go underwater twice and be like, ugh, and just come up just to make sure. Like, I was just checking on you. Right, I'm gonna go for real this time.
I'm gonna go for real.
All right. I'm gonna go.
Yep.
So, yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
There was also a moment in that particular scene, and then I'm going to move on to something else, but there was also a moment in that particular scene when they were in like the classroom, when she was trying to, first of all, I think he knew what the numbers on the wall meant, that because she walked into the classroom and she was like, what do these numbers mean? And he was like, oh, nothing. And then he lets her wipe them down. I think that those numbers meant something, and I think he knows what they meant. Also, there was a comment where he was talking about some woman or some girl by the name of Lapise or something like that, And he was saying how um her name was supposed to mean the color blue or something like that. And then Juliet says, um, I forget how she phrases it, but she basically says, well, you would have been too old to have interacted with this little girl at the time that the last rebellion took place. So what's going on? And he kind of like slides away from that particular conversation without answering. But there's something weird with that also.
What do you think?
I don't know if it's his daughter or I don't know. What do you think?
I think that he had a problem with children.
Oh, you think he was a pedo?
I think you can't say that on here.
Oh, sorry.
Well, there goes this video. Now I got to go find this later on and try to edit this out because my sister
Sorry.
is completely demonetized this video someday. Anyway, yeah, I think he has a problem with children, and I think that Juliet is starting to figure that out. That's why he doesn't want to talk with. Now, you could totally be right. Like you could be right that it was kids, but he was not speaking like it was his daughter. He was talking
as if he was missing and in love with her.
Yeah, you see the way he was like caressing her book bag and stuff like that, and I was like, ugh, like I'm getting that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting that. You didn't get that when you saw him do that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was, but you know, I don't know. I hope not.
I mean, am I the only one? Then it says Silo sounds like Fallout Modesty humor. It is.
Yes.
Just a quick rundown of what if you don't know what Silo is, these people who have been in silos their entire life follow a set of rules placed there by the order. These people have been there for a long time. They don't know what it's like. They don't know grass. They don't know birds. They don't know any of that stuff.
Nothing.
All they know is that they're in a silo. There's like 400 levels, and that's it. That's it. Engineering is at the bottom, and rich people and stuff
at the top.
At the top,
usual. Yeah.
And there's one person who basically like a president or somebody, and they command the whole thing. And if you say I want to go out,
you go out.
You go outside.
Bye.
And if you go outside, you're done. You're done because it's a barren wasteland out there. Juliet Nichols lost a few people outside, and they saw that she was pretty much a nuisance, so they sent her outside.
She was someone that was going to bring more disorder to the entire silo than because she wasn't just falling in line.
Right.
So they figured she's too much of a problem child, so they kicked her out.
As she goes over the hill, she sees that her silo is not the only silo that there is. There are 50 other silos, and
she's silo 18.
Yeah. And there are a lot of bodies that are on the ground, which come with a story with the second silo that she goes into. But basically, the second silo had a war in it, and people wanted to go outside, so they went out believing that it was nice out and that they were being lied to. So they went out, and they didn't last long. You know, they didn't last long. And the gentleman that's in that silo, he's the last one.
Solo, yeah.
So she right now at this point is trying to get back to her silo because
she doesn't want a rebellion to start in her silo because she was not seen dying when she went outside.
No, it's because she didn't clean. Clean.
Yeah, right.
So normally when the person goes out, if a person goes outside, because of the dust, dirt, stuff, all that stuff that's outside, there's a camera that they show that's in the cafeteria. They show that camera 24/7, but eventually it gets dirty, and whoever goes outside, they clean it off, and then I guess they go die.
And then they die.
Yeah.
And that she didn't clean and or die. She walked over the hill, and because in Solo's silo, that happened, it sparked a rebellion, and he told her that story in the last episode. So ever since then, she's been trying to figure out a way to get back to her silo because she doesn't want to start a rebellion. Now, in this episode, you find out from Shirley and I forget the other gentleman's name, the two mechanics down in engineering, Did you see when they were reading the wall and he was like, there have been repeated rebellions and it happens, I think he said every generation or something like that. So like every 20 years, there's a rebellion that takes place in the silo. And every time it happens, they always blame it on
The
the
engineers.
engineers.
Yeah, that was a surprise to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were using graffiti to keep track of history. It is illegal to talk about to have things from the old world like frisbees or cameras. Cameras will get you put out quick. Pictures, books, children's books from back in the day that show animals or any of that stuff. All of that will get you put out. And there's a small sect of people who know about these things and they keep it to themselves. They only tell a chosen few. And yeah, that's basically the show. That's basically the show.
Yeah. So now so now in this episode, when they start finding out that there have been repeated rebellions and they decide that they want to confront upper management, we'll call it, like the people on the upper levels, whether it be the mayor or Judge Meadows or whatever like that. They decide that it'd be better to approach Judge Meadows, and what they want was what you keep asking for.
What?
To just get a better suit and send somebody out to explore.
Yeah, that's the only part of the show that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So, there is a book that they follow created by the Order, right? And now that these people have seen that Juliet Nichols has, but they don't know that if she's alive or dead. She walked over the hill. Nobody usually walks over the hill, right? They all die before they reach it. And she walked over. So now some people think that she's gone and some people think that she's still alive. But they don't know which, and it's bothering them. And because she didn't clean and because she's gone, some people think it's safe to go out, which has sparked this rebellion. And she not caring has gone to that other silo, but realizing what has happened in silo 18, the very thing that she did is what caused this uprising and everybody's death. So now she's trying to build a suit so she can get back to her silo and, show them that everything is fine. What I don't get, what they try to do. What's up, Dieter? It's good to see you, my friend. What I don't understand about this is that there's nothing outside, right? I think this takes place outside of LA, right?
Yeah,
I think it's outside the city of LA. And there's nothing outside. Like, these people want to go out, right? Let them go. Look, hey, go. Check this out. Listen, I'm gonna give you a suit. You go out for 5 minutes. It ain't gonna take that long, right? And then I'm gonna let you back in. You can tell everybody what you saw. We don't have to trick you. You can't live outside.
Right. But I guess here's the question, because now you have, so basically in this episode, that's what they want. So they go to Judge Meadows and they they want to present the request to her to go ahead and allow them basically to do that, to come up with better suits, so that they'd be able to go out and just, I guess, wander and just, basically come up with that determination themselves. So she goes to Mayor Barnett, I think that's his name.
Mayor Humdinger.
And she says because his thing is, oh, so now you're granting, like, these conversations with the engineers or whatever. And her comment was basically, listen, like, calm down. I'm just going to tell them that we'll create an exploratory committee for this, but we're not actually going to do it. Now, I think she was lying to him. So now, keep in mind, guys, we talked about it last week, where he was taking her measurements for the suit that she wanted because she wanted to go outside. And he was taking her measurements, excuse me, with no pen and no paper. So now he's supposed to somehow have kept track of where her inseam was, her waist, her chest measurement, her arms, all that stuff. That's not going to happen. But I digress. So now he says to her, when she says, we're just going to create an exploratory committee, but nothing's ever going to come of it. He says, "Hey, you want to come to dinner? You want to come on over to dinner?" And she's like, "No, I'm good." And then he was like, "By the way, I'm going to have your suit. Your suit's going to be ready."
Yeah. Yeah. Again, something else that doesn't make sense. She is aware
that he's no good.
That he lied.
Right.
That he's lied about people's death.
Right.
He's lied about the situation that they're in.
Right.
He's lied about doing stuff. She tested him and she found out that he lied, right? Why would you ask somebody who has lied to you multiple times, right? Why would you ask them to make you a suit?
Make you a suit
that you could go outside in? I need you to make me a suit. I trust you wholeheartedly that I'm not gonna pass away. You make me a suit, and I'll do whatever you want. What? No, that didn't make any sense. So Melba thinks that she thinks that it's about power and control. I know that it's about power and control.
Yeah. Because so he ends up poisoning Judge Meadows. Do you remember what happened to the mayor in season 1?
Yeah.
What'd he do?
That
he poisoned her behind too.
No.
Yes.
Well, no,
it wasn't meant for her.
They never said who did it, did they?
He did it. He was trying to kill the sheriff. He did it.
I mean, now that you mention it, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even connect those dots. Like I had not even thought about.
He's got a modus operandi. He's killing people all over the place with poison.
I didn't even think about that, man. Yeah. That's a good point. I didn't even think about the first season. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Melba says she was drinking all the time, and I think she wants to. I think she wants to die. You know, that thought had crossed my mind that she had no intention of wanting to live.
You think so? I think she had found her second win.
No, I think.
So you think she wanted to go outside and die?
I think Melba's right.
Melba, you think she wanted to go outside to die outside
Yeah, I think she had enough,
and not in the silo,
and that because she kept saying we were not meant to be underground.
Right.
We
she told that to the new sheriff guy with his shakes or whatever that he has. Yeah.
Dieter says he thinks that she'll be back to her old silo by the end of the season. I believe that as well. I think she will be back. I don't know what the ramifications of that will be, but I
Dieter, do you think the rebellion would have gotten further along than what, because now you have him blaming the mechanics for the death of Judge Meadows. So that's going to be an issue, right? So how far do you think this is going to get? Like, are we going to, bust out the seams? Is it going to be similar to that little scene that they showed a couple episodes ago with what happened in Solo's silo? Like, how far you think this is going to get?
Yeah. Well, so Live from the Bushes says, of course she wanted to die. She wanted to go outside. That's not necessarily true. She didn't want to go out until she found out that Nichols went over the hill. She thinks she's still alive. She wants to go to the silo that she's in.
Right.
She knows that she's in another silo because of what is the commissioner? What's his name?
The mayor?
The mayor, yeah.
Yeah.
Because of what the mayor told her.
Keep in mind, time out. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. He started out as an IT guy, people. So he killed the last mayor. Now he's the mayor. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean he's making a power play. I don't know what
the end game is.
No. Captain Stiffneck.
Captain.
What's his name?
Juliet's dad?
No, the black dude. The black dude who's second in command.
Robert.
Always wearing a leather jacket. Just look out of place. Everybody else is wearing dirty clothes. He looked like he about to go to the club. Don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense to me. I don't know who dressed him. They was like, you know what I think we'll do? Yeah, give me that leather.
Why is he the only person with leather?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it. It's not an Armageddon look. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Melba says Common is the weakest part of this show. Common is the weakest part of any show.
He had that moment in this particular episode where he had like the I guess the Mel Gibson freedom, like talk or whatever. It was awful. It was absolutely, there was no power behind it. There was no emphasis. There was no passion. It was just him saying the words loudly.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Live in the Bushes says Shaft. That is exactly that's exactly what it is. He's the only one that looks like he's not, like he looks like he visits the scene. You know what I'm saying?
He looks out of place.
He doesn't look like he lives here. He looks like someone that just comes and checks on him every now and then.
Yes. Yes.
Let's see. Laughing Bushy says, I thought she wanted to go outside before that. She may have. I'm not aware of her wanting to go outside until she found out that Nichols had gone over the hill. You could be right though. She may, because I'm stupid a lot and I miss a lot of stuff. My sister doesn't miss anything. Are you aware of her wanting to go over the hill or outside before Juliet?
No, I think her request, if I'm not mistaken, to go out was once Juliet left and she didn't die, because remember, that's when she also asked that sheriff guy to, when he gets more information as far as whether or not she did or didn't ask to go out, to make sure that she tells him her first before he submits his report.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Let's see if I can answer some of these questions. Dennis Wright says these Armageddon stories never seem to have a happy ending. No, they don't.
No.
As a matter of fact, they're pretty much doomed from the start.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just a matter of how we get more doomed.
Speaking of which, I don't know if you guys have been up to date on any of the new movie trailers that are coming out. Just figured I'd talk about this real quick, just like interject. But The Gorge.
Interjecting yourself.
I am. The Gorge. You should check that out. Check out that trailer. And what's the other one? What is the other?
I don't know. You didn't tell me.
I think it's an Armageddon. Oh, it's 28 years later. 28 years later. For those of you who are familiar with 28 Days Later, it is a movie that came out in the early 2000s. It was a zombie movie. It was one of the big zombie movies that came out. And after that, they did a sequel called 28
Seconds Later.
No, it was something 28 months or something. Forget what it was, but it was like the next thing. So now it's 28 years.
Oh, okay.
It has to be the last one because you can't do nothing after that.
They could do 2,800 years.
They could do 2,800 years. Still got it. Live from the Bushes says, can you play it? I don't know. Does anybody want to see the Gorge trailer? I will play it if you want to watch it. 28 Days Later, yeah. Live from the Bushes says 28 Days Later. Yeah, I saw that. It was pretty good. It was very good. Melbato says 28 years later. Yeah. Yeah. If we get a consensus, y'all want me to play it, I'll take the hit. I don't care. I will play that.
Well, he was going to take the hit apparently anyway.
Live from the Bushes says play both. Well, what do you think?
Play one.
Huh?
One.
Oh, you can't disappoint the fans. I mean, we're going to get copyright anyway for one. Might as well take two. I don't give a shit.
Oh, that's what you asked.
Dieter said, yeah, I watched the movie. It was awesome. Running zombies. Wish they did months later. It would fit better. What was the other one? They did 28 Days Later, and then was it weeks? It was weeks. It was weeks. That's what it was.
I know you're not. I have no clue what you're talking about.
You never saw?
Nope.
You never saw it?
Nope.
All right. Trailer looks dope. Which one?
It seems like they know more of the 28. So was the first one Grotesque or whatever?
No.
Gorge. Do that one and then do 28.
All right. Y'all good with y'all gonna stick around? Like if I come back, if I play this trailer, right? I come back. Is there gonna be two people in here?
It's gonna be one person.
No, I'll play it real quick. Just hang on, let me get set up, and then I'll see if I can do that. You can talk. It's going,
oh, I thought you had it right there at your fingertips.
No, I do not.
Okay. Well, I really don't. have much else to talk about other than the virtual goggles that
I mean, what are your theories? Y'all can talk about theories from
the
for what you think is going to happen.
I don't know what Bernard, I
Does
think that's his name,
yeah,
Mayor Bernard. I don't know what he's doing.
the guy in the office or in that that's stuck in that
Solo.
room, do you think he stays or do you think he
I
comes
think
with
if
her?
Juliet leaves, that he's gonna go because when he of course I don't know how he would do that because she only got enough of the equipment for her to go with the suit and everything. So unless she goes back and looks for another suit, but she had broken into like 2 or 3 Foot Lockers or whatever to only get the one. So I don't know. Maybe it's that she'll leave by herself and then come back for him. I have no clue, but um
Somebody is intrigued about your hair color.
Purple.
She asked if it was a new hair color.
No, but thank you for noticing.
Oh my God.
It's been purple for over a year. So, I mean, I know I've only been on here for what, a month or two, but it's been purple for over a year.
Melba cares.
Thank you, Melba. I appreciate it.
I do not care. I don't give a shit. It's nice though. It's nice. It's nice. I don't want to. I don't want to say it like that.
See how he talks to me, y'all. I'm just saying, it's terrible. But anyway, no, I don't think that he would go with her, but I do think that she would have to come back for him at some point, right? Because they've got some kind of relationship. I mean, whether it's a friendship or maybe she's going to end up having to kill him before she leaves because maybe he's going to get too clingy. Guys, what do you think? Maybe he's going to get too clingy, like, it's terrible ex or something. And then she's going to get ready to go. And then they're probably going to tussle a little bit. She might end up having to kill him.
I don't, you know what? I think you're right. I think they're setting that up to be a thing because them showing the possibility of him being like into, little people and him not being able to leave. I think it's all pointing to what you're saying. Like he's not right in the head, and there's still some questions about what happened
in his silo because they had that writing on the door where it was like, we're going to get in there, or you're going to open the door or something like that.
She asked him,
and he was like, oh, nothing.
She asked him, she said, everyone outside has been gone for a while, but there are 2 bodies
that are fresh,
are right outside this door that they don't look like they've been gone long. So he did not give her the story behind that. Plus now it's about this kid. So there's some stuff to him that nobody knows about. And I think it's
an issue.
Dennis says I think she probably leaves him in his room.
So you think that she's just gonna go back to her silo and just leave him be? But okay, so if that's the case, so let's say that they don't duke it out to the death. Do you think that he's going to find his way over to her silo and start some drama over there then?
I think that she will go back and they will do everything in their power to shut her up so that she doesn't explain to them what is outside, what is all around. They can't have that getting out because then he would lose power over everything.
I was just about to say, how does she even get back into the silo? How does she get back? I mean, she'll go and dance in front of the camera.
They will. The second they showed her and the second they saw her in front of the camera, they would let her in. They would let her in. I think. Go, guys. I mean, I don't know how much air she would have in that fireman suit, but
she's gonna have Solo pumping the air into all the way back to the other silo.
All right, we're gonna check out the gorge real quick.
Okay.
Y'all let me know if y'all got any problems watching or whatever, and then I'll get thoughts. What is happening? What is this? All right. Yeah. Here we go. Can't hear it. It is playing.
The Gorge. Trailer starts now.
Yeah. Oh, there they go. You can't see it. There you go. All right. Can y'all see it? Let me know if y'all can't see it. Chris, you let me know what they can see. I'm gonna start it over and play it from the beginning. Oh, you're watching it late because you're watching it on the thing. All right, here we go.
The Gorge. Trailer starts now.
Watch without sound.
I have new orders that require me to go dark for at least a year, maybe more. A special assignment in an undisclosed location.
As an elite sniper, are you presently under any private or military contract?
No, there's not a lot of reasons for me right now.
What if I gave you a reason?
There she is. West Tower Observation Post. You're home for the next 365 days. There is no outside communication here.
What's that on the other side?
That is East Tower. Contact with the other side is strictly forbidden.
So what's the mission? To keep people from going in the gorge?
No. You need to stop what's in the gorge from coming out.
Absolutely not. We can go now.
What the hell is that?
The gorge is the door to hell. And we're standing guard at the gate.
Oh, he's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Top Gun and everything. Dennis Wright says, I want to believe she's an elite sniper. I mean, I believe it, Bye. I don't know what two snipers can do against monsters from hell,
Well, what did two scientists on Invasion do against monsters?
It's true.
Okay.
What's the truth about this place? What's the truth about the gorge?
Okay.
Looks pretty interesting.
No!
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. There is the gorge. Stop that right there. So there's the gorge. I mean, it looks all right. I mean, it looks, it's not the scariest thing, but it piqued my interest a little bit. Something different. So I like stuff that's a little bit different. Dennis Wright says, I'm not sure about that name. Live from the Bushes says it looked entertaining. It did look entertaining. So did 28 weeks later. So what do you got? You got anything? I want y'all to tell me what y'all are watching right now, because I'm trying to watch something. I need to get some more videos out this week. I haven't done a video in a while. I'm gonna have a lot more come out during Christmas vacation. When I have the time off, I can just sit around and do nothing. Then I can make some content for you and not feel rushed. But I need a show. To do something that I can kind of sink my teeth into and make funny. So if you have any
suggestions,
Skeleton Crew. I've been wanting to watch that. Is that good? Wait. I can't see that. I can't see that icon. What's she saying? She's saying it's bad? What's she saying?
Ooh, Live from the Bushes.
Even Melba said try Skeleton Crew. Okay. I'll give Skeleton Crew a try. Check that out. Give that a go.
Yeah.
All right, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. All right, let's talk about this stuff. Are you excited to see anything when we get ready to go?
Wait,
Anything you're watching?
Right now I'm just watching mind numbing things I don't have to like go so deep into, you know. So like stupid relationship shows or Shrinking on Apple. I like that show. It's kind of funny.
I haven't finished watching Shrinking. I just watched Smile 2 last night.
Mm-hmm. How did you like that?
Some bullshit.
Surprise.
That was some bullshit. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, it was not anything like I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, but if you saw the first one, this one ain't no better.
Well, right. So you glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that. I saw The Madness, which was okay. And I can't, I'm waiting for
MCU has a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out.
I'm waiting for my show to come back on.
What's that?
The one that started it all.
Invasion.
Oy. Invasion. Dennis Wright says, I predict disappointment.
In what?
Peter says, that is a slap in the face. What's a slap in the face? Yeah, Invasion is still alive. Invasion lives.
Guys.
Severance. That is a fantastic show. Have you seen that?
I started watching it when it first came out. I never finished it.
You need to finish watching it because it gets so good.
Okay.
You need to finish that.
All right.
What else? You got anything else?
I have quite a few things that I'm waiting for. Like I am waiting for Fallout to come back out.
Fallout. Yeah. Yep. That was good.
Last of Us. I think
Last of Us
coming out here shortly. There was something else that I thought was going to be coming out. It said online it was supposed to be coming out last week. Because I remember I called you about it.
Yeah.
I can't remember what
Invasion.
That's right.
It's Invasion. It didn't come out yet.
No, it didn't come out.
It's not coming out until next year. I don't know when, but I can't wait. That seems to be the one. That seems to be the one. Oh.
What's that?
The Dieter says the emoji is a slap in the face. I couldn't tell if it was somebody who like had their hand like this sleeping. I couldn't.
No, it's the.
You know now. You didn't know a second ago when I asked you. I'm trying to act like you knew the whole time. You don't know. You don't know either. The only reason you know is because Dieter told you.
Okay, thank you, Dieter.
Live in the Bush says, I think I'll catch up on Abbott Elementary.
Oh yeah, I love that show.
I never heard of that. Is it good?
What? What is it's okay? Yes, it's good. It's good. They have a lot of comedians in it, and it's based in Philadelphia. It's school.
Oh, is that the with the black woman? It's on NBC.
What?
Is you know what? I don't care. It's got the kid in it from Walking Dead. The black dude who plays Everybody Hates
Chris or something.
Yeah, Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that the show?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
And they even had Jalen Hurts. They even had Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts on one episode.
Dieter says I'm causing a fight. That's fine.
Don't do that.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a good show. I like that show.
All right, I'll check that out too.
Yeah.
If you guys can think of anything else, I would love to hear about it. I will get more content to you this week. Tell your friends about the show. Tell your friends about us.
Yep.
Tell them to like, share, subscribe, so help out the channel. Subscribe to my Discord. Maybe we can talk about some shows. You can hit me with anything.
Hey now.
We talk about anything, and my sister will get off her butt and talk to these people too. So it won't just be me.
I will, y'all. So
yeah, you can get on there and talk to us about anything, about your favorite shows, about what you want us to cover, and what you got going on. Fletch, before we were watching this, Fletch sent me a horror short, and it was pretty good. It was really good, in fact. So he put that on the Discord. If you want to check that out, please go there. I think it's under.
It's under the From channel.
It's under what? No.
From?
No.
Channel?
It's under ideas and feedback.
Oh.
It's under ideas and feedback. So
Sorry.
just go there. You can check that out and let me know what you think. All right. And I love y'all, man. And I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and rocking with me. And Melba says Chris needs a spinoff show.
I do? Well, thank you.
You ain't going nowhere. You ain't leaving me. That's some bull.
Thank you, Melba.
You gonna leave me here? You told Hoppo to beat me.
You better stop. Anyway, cheers, everybody. Have a good night.
Yeah, I love y'all, man. Y'all be good. Merry Christmas, even though I'll see y'all next Thursday. And then you know, all that other stuff. All right. I'll holla. Y'all be good.